Hey everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to PHLY Flyers, presented by Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. My name is Bill Matz. I'm your director of fun and games for the afternoon. Joining me in the Xfinity Mobile studio, it is the one and only flyby herself, Kelly Hinkle. What's going on today, Hinks?
How's it going, William? I'm
It
excited to talk about a movie.
it is going well. So this is my experiment day, whether Tuesday Reviewsday is just a bad
Yes.
idea because no one cares about whatever we think about a movie or a show,
Yeah.
or if the failure of the first two Tuesday Reviewsdays was simply uh, was simply because you and I are one of like 11 people who watched and loved Shoresy.
The
Uh,
haters and the losers don't know that they were born.
they
So,
simply the others simply don't get it.
can't help
It's
it.
it's over their heads. The art is a
Yeah.
little too high. So today I decided to go with something that I don't know, the entire world watched like a month ago, so hopefully it has a little bit more reach and we can
Yep.
better judge whether it's content or concept for Tuesday Reviews Day. Happy Gilmore 2, we're going to talk about in just a little bit. Also want to get into that Mason McTavish stuff
Mm.
because, you know, we have
Interesting.
seen this happen before, and Danny Briere has taken advantage of those two situations. But first, I got to tell you about a couple of things. Most importantly, hit the freaking like button. It makes me feel good. I can feed my family with likes. Let's do it. And also, Philly sports trips. You know, we are talking a little about that Mason McTavish possibility getting traded, and maybe it could be to Philly. Well, his homecoming game then would be during this trip because we are going with Philly sports trips out west. We are headed
Yes.
to Anaheim and LA from March 17th to the 22nd. It is going to be an awesome time. We're going to see the Ducks in Anaheim. We're going to see the Kings in LA. We're going to have a watch party in Southern California for the San Jose game. We're not going to the San Jose game, but there's going to be a watch party, and there will be a meet and greet party with John LeClaire. That's right, Flyers legend, Flyers Hall of Famer John LeClaire will be with us on this trip. You got to go to allphly.com right now and reserve your trip. These things are going to sell out. I realize
Yeah.
it's not till March. You have some time, but the holidays are coming up. You're going to want to maybe make sure you have this set aside and you don't miss out on a really good time with Philly Sports Trips because no one does a better trip than Philly Sports Trips. They've been a part of our draft party this past year, and that was phenomenal. They
Was
sent us to Montreal last season, one of the best sports
rocked.
trips I've ever been on. It was freaking great. Gotta believe 2 games and a watch party and John LeClaire. We are going to top Montreal, allphly.com. Click that events tab. Come on out to California with the fam. All right, Hanks.
Yep.
Speaking of Anaheim, Mason McTavish. I saw you guys had the
Curious.
Sportsnet article in the flyby today. And
Yes.
this thing, at first, I'm just like, yeah, they'll get it done. They have almost, this is the crazy part here. They have like 20.5, like over $20.5 million
They got a lot.
in cap space. And after this season, Truba at 8 million and Gudis at 4 million both expire. Can't imagine, even if you retain them, it's going to cost you $12 million to do so. You're going to have at least like 25, 30, 50 million bucks next year when the cap goes up and these contracts and all this. Why isn't it done? Like they did this a couple of years ago with Drysdale and Zegras, and
Yep.
now, well, they're doing it again.
I'm going to be honest with you, William. It just kind of seems like it's a poorly run organization. Um, I don't really know if it goes any deeper than that, honestly. Like, I kind of just think it's a bad team run by people who don't know what they're doing. And honestly, so far, I mean, like, jury's still out on Drysdale. But arguably, we got something there. And then, of course, the Zegers trade. outstanding.
see.
Because
Yeah.
even if he just ends up being like a pretty good winger,
A second line left
for
winger.
nothing. Yes.
Yeah, they got him for paling in 2 picks that aren't premier picks.
Right. So maybe go back to that well a third time. I'm just saying, like, obviously he takes Danny's calls. Can't hurt to maybe see, like, hey, how about Nick? You know who's really good? Nick Sealer. He's great. He blocks a lot of shots.
Yeah. The Ducks are in a unique position because they have Leo Carlsson and they have Roger McQueen on the way at some point. They signed Mikael Granlund. So it's like, I guess they don't have to bend over backwards for McTavish. But if I'm him, like, I don't want to sign long-term. Like, it feels like the hang up here is they either, like, maybe they want to sign him long-term and he's like, no, I'll explode. But I feel like a 2 or 3 year deal works for both sides. And they should be able to get that done because it's not like McTavish is that old. It's not like, yes, he's got good points totals. He's not superstar points totals. Like, this thing,
right.
especially given their cap flexibility and how young they are, like, it shouldn't take this long. But we've just seen Pat Verbeek do this, drawn out, potentially overly antagonistic negotiations.
Yes.
And again, Flyers took advantage of it. They got Drysdale after that season. And they waited on Zegras. We heard back when they made the Cutter Drysdale trade, it was Danny. Oh yeah, no, he wanted to make this a little bit bigger and include Trevor Zegras, and then he waited for the price to go down, and ultimately it really did. We'll see how it all works out, but it just feels like you're setting yourself up to be at odds with this player because of these negotiation tactics.
Yeah, and it kind of seems like a place where players generally aren't very happy to play, which is interesting because we talk all the time about how, like, sunshine and the beach, people are like into that, and that usually helps you keep guys around. But Anaheim doesn't seem to have taken advantage of that in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, I don't know. It would be very surprising to me if they failed to sign him, just because, like you said, like, the entire situation seems very simple. Like, there's really just not a lot of roadblocks there. But they haven't done it yet. So
yeah, until they get it done, like, there's going to be speculation, and because we have seen this happen before and the players eventually get traded, like, you just have to kind of go on past information. What does Charlie always say? Like, history informs what's going to happen, or whatever the hell his little phrase is. Like,
right. And there's obviously something there, because it's not like, this wasn't an article on, like, ducks.org or whatever. Like, this was a Sportsnet article. Like, it was a properly sourced article. So it's like,
yeah, this isn't like the Quack Attack blog or something.
Right. Something's happening here.
This is Sportsnet. And listen, the simple fact that there's any storyline right now, like someone, I can write something. Like, it is kind of grasping at straws this time of year, but it's odd that a player, it's very odd that a player who has been very good for them, was a high draft pick, isn't signed. Like,
it's weird.
Everything is, there's a couple of guys, but it's very weird because it feels as if, it's, Trevor Zegras, part of the reason they pushed him to wing, and part of the reason he's not there anymore, and they weren't all that crazy about giving him a contract a couple years ago, was, we've got McTavish, then they get Carlson, and it's like, the spots are kind of taken, and now one of those guys is also at odds. It seemed at first like, everyone just hates the coach, Greg Cronin. Right. And maybe that was a big part of it, because like Charlie always says, he's John Tortorella without, like, the Stanley Cup and all the wins and everything. Like, he's just kind of a jerk without anything behind it. Maybe not as good of a coach as Torts. And, okay, you get rid of him. Maybe everyone's going to be happier. And right away, for this offseason, they have some sort of thing going on with one of their better players that puts them at odds with the organization. So that leads to the question, should the Flyers do it, Kelly? Do you think... Like, obviously price dependent and everything.
Right. That's the big one.
But should they do it?
It's because, we got all these wingers, right? Like, we got all these wingers. and don't have many centers. I mean, obviously they drafted some, so like in the future, theoretically, we could have some centers. But right now, you know, theoretically, our best center is what's his face, Christian. So if the price is, I mean, if the price is right, I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, if you could get him for a Zegras type deal, like, yeah, do that in a second. I don't know if at this point it would be that cheap, because you have to imagine that a lot of teams, if he were actually available, would be asking about him. Because like you said, he's a pretty solid player. He's a center, pretty young. I would give, I think I would trade one of our good wings for him. I think I would do, like, would you do like an Owen Tippett? I know you would do. I know you would do. I don't know why I was
Come on.
Yeah, you would do Owen Tippett. Yeah, I don't know. If you could get it done, I think for a fair price. This would probably be one of those trades where both the fan bases of both teams are kind of a little bit like, oh, gave up. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to give up something good to get
this is like Cutter was, listen, he was a top 5 pick. He was a top prospect, but it was kind of, all right, he doesn't want to play here. So what the hell can we do?
Right.
And Zegras was, well, his value has hit an all-time low. He's had 2 bad years, injuries, not producing, maybe an attitude problem, maybe not the best teammate, whatever. All-time low, and you get him for Paling, and again, a 2 and a 4, like, great. That will not, I can't imagine that is the case with McTavish. He'll be 23 at the end of January. He's coming off a 76-game season in which he scored 22 goals, 52 points. The last 2 years, he's about 51% on face-off. So he's over 50 at a pretty young age. That's good. He took like almost 900 draws, or over like 1,000 draws last season.
Would love a guy that could win a face-off.
Yeah, he's at this point like 22, 23 years old. Being 51% is pretty good.
I'll take it.
Again, 52 points, the 22, like, he's going to be expensive. That's what I'm getting at. It's going to be like some stuff maybe you're not crazy about parting with, but he fits the timeline. Again, being 22, turns 23 at the end of January. He's a 6'1", 220-pound center. I just feel like you could do a lot worse. Now, Charlie has brought up the point. Well, one thing I'll say about this move is, how many former Anaheim Ducks do we want? Like, there's a reason they're not any good. And sure, but also, 1, young teams don't win, and 2, could we not say that about, like, the Buffalo Sabres?
Yeah.
And look at how many Sabres are dispersed around the league. Like, could we not say that about Calgary Flames? Look at all the dudes who left the Flames and went on to have awesome,
and are good,
like,
right?
Yeah. So I am a little like, I don't want to say that, but there is a. All right, are we just gonna keep making trades with the Ducks and bring in their whole team?
Well, here's the thing: if they're going to keep being stupid and trading us their good young players, then yes, we will. I mean, there's obviously I don't watch a lot of Ducks games. I don't pay a ton of attention to what's going on in the 10 p.m. hour during the season. But there's obviously something wrong there, right? Like, these are good players, young players. This team should not be such a tire fire, but it appears to be. And was it just the coach? I don't know. Does everyone hate Pat Verbeek like they hate Drury in New York? Maybe. I don't know. Like, there seems to be something rotten in that organization. And if you can take advantage of that and extract good young players for a reasonable price, then take the chance on it. Because I think it's silly to just assume that, like, every one of these players sucks. That's why they're being traded. Or alternatively, like you said, is this a Sabre situation where, like, every single player that leaves goes on to be good? Because the players are good. Team's bad. And I think that's what we're looking at in Anaheim.
And, like, the fact that they are, like, these players are so young. Like, Drysdale, early 20s, Zegras, McTavish, they're all early 20s. What's Drysdale? He's not 25 yet, I don't think.
Yeah.
And, Zegras, not 25 yet, and he's, like, the oldest of all of them. Like, I just don't see... young teams don't win. That's not a thing. Like, they get
No.
beaten up and they're just not ready. That's why we always talk like, oh yeah, your prime is like, at 27, not 22. You're just not physically there yet. And a team
Right.
made up of mostly 22-year-olds isn't going to be very good because they're not as smart as a bunch of 27-year-olds who know how to play in the league. So that's a part of it. And I do wonder, like, could we take advantage of this the way, Florida has taken advantage of Buffalo and Calgary? Just like, hey man, if you're gonna give us some guys, we'll take them.
We'll take your guys. Yeah, give us
Yeah.
your guys. Cool.
It is. I wonder, like, at what point someone goes, you two can't make any more trades. Like, we're done with Flyers Ducks trades.
No, mind your business.
You
Gary.
two have to do business with somebody else.
No, let us live.
Yeah.
If you want us both to wear orange, we're going to be doing business together.
That's we did the teams we hate most yesterday, and I was like, it's the Ducks for me because they've co-opted orange.
It's infuriating.
Like, it's Cutter, it's the co-opting of orange. Like, I don't like them. I dislike them very much.
Me too.
The article on Sportsnet about the McTavish situation, Kelly, it suggests a few teams. It's like potential landing spots for McTavish if he is to get traded. And they say Detroit, Carolina, Vancouver, Calgary, Montreal, and at the very end, Philly. It's like, well, you have to include them. The 2 times this has happened before, the Flyers made the trade. So we will see how that goes. But if someone is going to get him, it would be cool if it was us. Third overall pick, 50-point player already in the league. Like, all the people who say, well, you need all these top picks. Well, suddenly, like, Zegras, Drysdale, McTavish, those are more top 10 picks. Those are more guys who kind of fit that mold of, well, you need these things to win. Well, we do have them.
Doesn't mean we have to pick them. Yeah, exactly.
We didn't get them the conventional way, but they end up here. Vegas didn't draft Jack Eichel, but technically they did have a top pick on their roster. Makes sense.
One of the things that this kind of list and the Flyers being on it kind of makes me start to think, like you and Steve were talking about, like with those Yoast rankings, about how right now, for obvious reasons, the Flyers have not yet earned back the respect of the national hockey media. Nobody is looking at this team and thinking anything good about it because the results have not been there. This kind of list makes me wonder, like, is Danny Briere, though, starting to be recognized as one of the general managers in the league who's able to get stuff done? Like, he's on a list with Tulsky. He's on, you know what I mean? Like, maybe this is a situation where, okay, the Flyers team as a whole, not yet getting the respect, but Danny Briere, through the moves that he's made so far, people are starting to be like, if somebody's going to do it, maybe it'll be Briere in Philly because he does some stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I think maybe he's starting to get a little bit of respect.
Yeah, and that's like, you look at these teams that are listed, and it's like Detroit. Well, Stevie Y's got to be getting desperate. Like, this thing is just not going at any sort of pace that anyone
know what
seems
that plan is.
Like, nobody believes that this is an acceptable pace for the Yzer plan. Carolina, they're just in on everybody. They're just trying so hard to find the freaking superstar they need. Maybe it's McTavish. They're always in. Vancouver, all right, we kind of need to replace the type of center we lost in JT Miller, that attitude, the size, whatever. Calgary, well, they just need players. They just need to be good.
Desperately,
They need players. They need young players. They want to rebuild but can't because they're locked into these terrible contracts. Montreal, a team looking to make the next step, and he fits their timeline because he's young, and so are a lot of their good players. And then Philly. Well, how does Philly fit? Well, Danny's always doing stuff, and he made the 2 previous trades. But, like, he's made trades at all of the drafts that he's been in, right? Or at least the last 2. He's made first-round trades. He made the first trade of the last 2 drafts, I'm pretty sure, trading back a couple of years ago for Jet.
Oh, yeah.
And then moving up to, 12 this year? Like, I think those were the first 2 trades in both drafts. Like, he is a guy who seems to be doing stuff. He's traded guys at the deadline each year. So perhaps it is, while the team doesn't get respect, the media is like, you know what? Philly does stuff.
Mm-hmm. And it's fun to have a dude that does stuff. And so far, none of the stuff is bad. So
none of it's bad. Like, I question how good some of it is, but there's nothing I'm like, failure.
Yeah, exactly.
There have been no failures yet. And I guess I can't ask for much more than that at this point in the rebuild. All right, we are going to get to Happy Gilmore 2 in just a moment, but first, I got to tell you about our friends at Xfinity.
Ooh.
We are coming to you live from the Xfinity mobile studio, and I got to tell you about the Xfinity internet experience. What's one of the worst things in paying bills, man? Everybody hates paying bills, especially with the price of everything just being in flux. One day you go to the grocery store, something's $14, the next day it's 20. You're like, how did this happen? It's been 2 weeks. It is very frustrating how the price of everything just seems to be going up with no end in sight. And that's why Xfinity is excited to tell you about the 5-year price guarantee. Because life is unpredictable, but the price of your internet shouldn't be. You have to get a reliable price on your reliable connection. And with Xfinity, they're talking all in. All in means all in. You get the Wi-Fi equipment and unlimited data included. And it's all for that 5-year price guarantee from Xfinity. One internet price, 5 years, guaranteed. Change is always happening. Rules are rewritten. Records are broken. Athletes come and go. But no matter what changes in 5 years, the price of your internet will stay the same. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Restrictions apply. New residential customers only. Taxes and fees extra and subject to change. And while we're here, it's time to tell you about Monarch Money, because finances can be messy and confusing, especially, as I was just saying, with everything being so in flux, so up in the air. You don't know what your bills are going to be every month because stuff is constantly going up. Your grocery bills constantly changing. And that's why you need Monarch Money, because it acts like your personal CFO, giving you full visibility and control so you can stop earning and start growing. It's more than just your average budgeting app. Monarch Money is a complete financial command center for your accounts, investments, and goals. You don't want to just manage your money. You want to start building some wealth, and you can do that with 50% off your first year for our listeners. I've learned so much on what I'm overspending on how maybe not to waste some, how to save better, save smarter. Monarch Money has really put me on a better track. If you've been listening to this show for any amount of time, you know, yeah, I might not be the most financially literate or responsible. Monarch helps me take care of anything, and you can start managing your finances just like I have to build the life you actually want. Monarch makes managing money simple, even for busy lives. And listen, everyone seems to love this thing. It's been named the Wall Street Journal's best budgeting app of 2025. It's the top recommended personal finance app by users and experts with over 30,000 5-star reviews. You got to get control of your overall finances with Monarch Money. Use code PHLY at monarchmoney.com in your browser for half off your first year. That's 50% off your first year at monarchmoney.com with code PHLY. All right, it's Tuesday Reviewsday time, Hinkle.
Let's
it's
go.
Time to talk some Happy Gilmore 2. I want to recap it, go through some of my favorite parts, but just overall, this came out, I think, July 25th. So it's been a little less than a month. When it first hit Netflix, it was like the most streamed thing ever in Netflix history. Not surprising. Everybody loves the original Happy Gilmore. It's one of the great 90s sports movies. It's one of Adam Sandler's absolute best. I'd probably put it right behind Billy Madison for my favorite.
Yeah, Billy Madison's better.
Billy Madison is just the absolute freaking. There's so many.
So
I mean, this probably isn't a shock to many, but I am an Adam Sandler mark. I freaking love Adam Sandler, and I watch anything he does. I was just saying before the show started, we were saying, I've seen negative reactions to Happy Gilmore 2, and I don't really know what people are looking for.
I know.
I was like, I want to compare this to the other sequel he's made, Grown Ups 2. The original Grown Ups, a pretty decent movie. It's not freaking terrible, I would say. Grown Ups 2 is one of the worst movies ever made. It simply has zero plot. I love it because it's horrible. But Happy Gilmore 2 had a plot. It kind of shifts directions at one point, but it has a plot. There are characters, and people have arcs.
This is my thing about this kind of movie. If you're doing a sequel 25 years later, some
what's it been, 96? So 30 years later.
Oh, that can't be right. Check your math. because 1996 was like 15 years ago, as far as I'm concerned.
4 years ago.
Yeah. Here's the thing: if you're doing a sequel this much later, straight to streaming,
yes,
you're doing fan service. And
that's it.
That's what this movie was, and it was very clearly in on that from the beginning.
Yes.
And also, Adam Sandler is, as far as I've like read or heard or whatever, like one of the legitimately nicest people in Hollywood. So like, if he wants to do a little money grab that like also he includes all of his friends on, from what I understand, like he just gives all of his friends like producer credits and stuff so that they also make money. Like, I'm okay. Like, if anyone's gonna do it, I'm cool with Adam Sandler doing it. It's fine with me.
I have a note in here a little later about like Sandler's crew, and it is actually kind of funny just to see how it's evolved a little over the years, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just really liked it because, again, I'm not going in thinking Happy Gilmore 2 is going to be Godfather 2.
Right.
Like,
no.
The original is at best a good sports movie, and every sports movie is exactly the same. There's a few training montages, there's a few laughs, and the underdog wins. Like, right. Except for Cool Runnings, because it's based on a true story. You know, like, and they didn't win. But basically, every sports movie follows the same formula. And if 29 years after the original, we are getting an Adam Sandler sequel, it's gonna be dumb. It's Adam Sandler. Like,
the first movie was dumb.
Yes! It's about a hockey player who hits the ball really hard.
He runs up to the tee and hits the ball hard. Like, that's the movie. It's not really that deep. It was very stupid.
Yes.
But, like, in a good way. Like, honestly, I really expected this movie to be horrible after what I had been reading online.
This crushed my expectations.
I know. I was like, this is an enjoyable movie. What is everyone complaining about? I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, like, I didn't laugh out loud a lot, but I don't remember laughing out loud a lot during the first Happy Gilmore either. Like, there's not a lot of like cackling moments. There was one moment in this movie, which I'm sure we'll get to, that made me laugh hysterically. But I don't know. Like, I at no point felt like, and we were talking before the show, like when I saw the runtime, I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
Why is
what are we doing
so
here?
Long? Like
it should be 87 minutes.
A comedy should never be longer than 90 minutes.
No.
But at no point did it feel like tedious. I wasn't like bored. I wasn't like scrolling on my phone halfway through or something. Like, it was an enjoyable film. So I'm not really sure what people were complaining about.
Yeah. That's just like, oh, I'm gonna be a film critic about Happy Gilmore 2. Like, cool. Well, then you're watching the wrong thing, Siskel.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't come into this.
Sorry,
like,
you're joyless.
You're trying to judge the art on something it's not trying to be.
Right. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
Anyway, so the movie starts with a recap of like everything that's happened since the '96 Tour Championship when Happy wins the gold jacket. Apparently, he wins 5 more. He goes on to have an incredible golf career, which I want to get to in a little bit. But it's, you know, how he then has 4 boys in 4 years. And the first joke that made me laugh in the movie is during this recap, he decides to get a new endorsement, and it's for Trojan condoms. He's like, kids are great in moderation, and his 4 boys are just going nuts.
Yeah.
Did you notice that they were Magnum?
I didn't notice, but that makes it 100 times funnier. I wish I hadn't missed that.
So much funnier doing it that way. Then they showed there was a Happy Gilmore game. He's like, well, Tiger Woods got a game, so we made one. I want to play that right now. Like, that game just looked great.
That would sell if they made that.
They have a 5th kid. It's a little girl, and it ends up being like Adam Sandler's actual daughter is one of the it's the little girl, but Vienna. There is a point during the flashback though where I'm like, that didn't happen. Happy just wants to retire and spend his time with the kids, and Julie Bowen, Veronica, said, you're not done with golf yet. It's like Chubbs used to say, we've only just begun. He didn't used to say that. He said that in Happy's hallucination after he was dead. So that
counts.
Yeah.
What is reality, William? If not the things
that's
that are happening in our head.
But then we get the turn, Kelly. We get the turn just like in the original.
This threw me.
This really threw me the first time I watched it. This is now my third viewing of the movie.
I know when it happened. I was like, okay.
So in the first movie, Happy is at a hockey game with his dad. They love hockey, and a slap shot that veers into the stands kills Happy's dad.
Yes.
Well, on Mother's Day, Happy is playing a golf tournament. His wife is being interviewed, and he shanks a drive and kills
his wife.
Kills his wife. And he hasn't played golf since. He hasn't played golf, and I think they say 10 years when they rejoin, like, the present. And he becomes an alcoholic. He's a single father of 5.
Yeah.
They say he's broke, and right away I'm like, that seems impossible. Golfers make so much money. You're showing all these endorsements and everything. But then they do get into it. He gets sued for beating up a guy who's trying to repossess his car.
Yeah.
He loses grandma's house. And that's just kind of like, damn. The whole point of the first movie is just gone now. He no longer has the house.
Right. The extent of the negativity of the first like 10 minutes of this movie were very shocking to me. I was like, oh, it's like kind of dark. Like he killed his wife. He loses everything. He's working at a supermarket. Like it was very like they really went in a dark direction that I didn't expect. And it's like treated very lightly because of course it's Happy Gilmore. But yeah, I didn't see that coming.
And that's where we rejoin the present. Happy is an alcoholic stocking the produce aisle at a grocery store. And that's where the movie really begins. We meet Frank Manatee, which is such a funny name, who has invented a new golf league. It's going to be ridiculous. It is called Maxi Golf, and it's just like X Games golf, like on acid. It seems really fun, honestly.
What was that
I would watch it.
What was that weird football league that existed for a minute? What was it called?
Oh, the XFL.
The XFL. It's like the XFL of golf. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. And Happy's not into it, but this is where we start to see he has all of these hidden alcohol contraptions, which is one of my favorite bits in the movie.
It is very good.
He's got a cucumber hollowed out that he can screw the top on and off of and drink from. That's Happy. Frank Manatee approaches Happy Gilmore about joining this league. He doesn't want to do it. And eventually throws Frank Manatee in a lobster tank, which tremendous. We still have Happy Gilmore beating up everybody from the first one.
The best part of that is that he radios someone is like, could you turn off the security cameras for 20 seconds? And then he just launches him into the lobster tank. And like, honestly, great casting because that guy's face, like instantly, just like a hateable.
He is the most hateable douche I have ever looked at.
God, I hated him instantly.
The bad breath bit is like such a Sandler thing. Like, did we need another hat on a hat? Like, he's just an unlikable dude.
Totally.
Did you have to give him the bad breath? And it's like, because we're gonna make a couple of jokes about it, and it's gonna be worth it, I guess. It's just such a Sandler like. And then there's this other thing too. Like, oh, all right, sure. We are back home. We meet Happy's daughter, which is Sandler's real daughter. Her name's Vienna in the movie. And her dance teacher, which is Adam Sandler's actual wife.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's fun.
They're in everything. Like, his wife and kids are his buddies in every movie.
I like that. That's sweet.
It's kind of like how you watch your friends grow up. And, like, I spent every minute of every day with all my friends.
Yeah.
And now I spend every minute of every day with my wife.
Like, right.
He's now transitioned to family man in real life, and it's showing through in his movies.
Yes.
But they show the neighborhood he's moved into since he lost grandma's house. Steve Buscemi might be the greatest actor of our time.
He's incredible.
His talent, if he was better looking, would put him like in the Brad Pitt, like Leo category.
Oh, for sure.
But we wouldn't get all the stuff he's so hilarious or ridiculous or just straight awesome in because of it. So it's kind of a balancing act. I think I like him the way he is. When he's peeing in the mailbox is hilarious.
The dancing on the porch.
He's watching the daughter dance and emulating the moves. Yeah. So good. And we meet the sons all grown up now. The oldest being pro wrestling prodigy Maxwell Jacob Freeman, MJF.
I learned that from Thomas. I didn't know that.
He is yoked in this movie. He's absolutely He's so good.
Thomas was like, guess which of his kids is a professional wrestler? And I was like, oh, that's not actually hard. I can guess. Yeah.
The gigantic one flexing his muscles the entire
with the broccoli
movie.
hair. Right.
And they're at the dinner table. They're trying to figure out how they're going to pay for Vienna to go to dance school. They're showing all the kids working different odd jobs like Happy used to do. And they all have the same predilection to put whatever tool they're working with between their legs and hump the air with it. Tremendous. So I love how all the kids, like all four boys, are just like, if Happy had nothing going for him, like if he'd never found golf, and the daughter is just the whole time.
Yes. I do appreciate that. As much as I, obviously dislike the Bruins and their fans, like the four boys are just like, if you made cartoons of Bruins fans, it would be these four dudes.
Did you ever watch 30 Rock? There's an episode where they go up and like film the show in Boston, and there's a show also filmed there called Bruins Beat, and there's like 3 or 4 guys in a room picking on Kenneth. He goes, "Oh, Ms. Lemon, these are the hosts of Bruins Beat. They are all named Sean, and I hate them." That is exactly who his kids are in this movie.
Yes, exactly.
But then we meet, finally, the kids leave. They're all, the 4 boys who live together elsewhere leave. They're all mooning. Even the driver is mooning Happy as they drive away, naturally. And we meet Uncle John Daly, who, it is never explained why, but lives in Happy Gilmore's garage. And
that's real John Daly, right?
That is really John Daly.
Yeah.
The first time I saw this movie, Kelly, I paused it, and everyone I was watching it with, I was like, he's not really there. This is a Happy hallucination. Apparently, I missed his introduction, which is the daughter going, "Hi, Uncle John Daly." I was like, oh, well, that couldn't have been it. She did see him right away. But that was my first. But he is, I think we're going to do like favorite character and stuff at the end. Not Happy, because it's the name. He's the name of the movie.
Right.
I think I'm going to go with John Daly, but him being in this, just being a dude drinking everything Happy can't drink.
The hand sanitizer.
The hand sanitizer
is hilarious.
It's all great. Happy goes to bed drunk, and that's where we see him in his happy place from 1996 with 1996 Veronica there, and then current Julie Bowen walks in. And that is, it's just funny seeing her with the superimposed old Happy place. Like, I can't believe your Happy place was me in cheap lingerie with 2 pictures of Moosehead. Like, it is very funny to look back on like, the movie. But I will say, there's a bunch of times in this movie they do a flashback to drive home a reference. And I'm like, if you didn't get the reference, you didn't get the reference. Everyone watching this movie saw Happy Gilmore, right?
Yeah, but also like something about that makes it funnier. Like you said, the hat on top of the hat, like something about just like the absurdity of showing us literally what was in the movie in 1996 is kind of hilarious to me.
Yeah, and then she convinces him in this dream as he's drunk, passed out, that he needs to go back and play golf to make money so his daughter, Vienna, can go to a dance school in Paris that they simply can't afford. It's like $300,000, and they have apparently $0.
Right.
So he tries to get back out and golf for the first time in 10 years, and he's on a public course with a bunch of people Ava tells me are also famous that I do not recognize, except for, I think, Eric Andre. That guy I know.
That guy I knew. I didn't realize
he shows up on my Instagram a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently, everyone in that scene is famous.
Oh, now I have to go back and watch and see if I can figure out who they are.
I don't know who they are.
Okay, but I probably don't either.
He's hammered trying to golf. He's no good. He tries the Happy Gilmore shot, falls and hurts himself. Finally gets a hold of one, and it's like, oh, he still has it in him. Crashes the golf cart. He's hammered. He gets like a DUI. It's a whole thing. And then we find Shooter McGavin. He has been institutionalized since 1996. Maybe the funniest thing in the whole movie. He is like got a parole hearing at the mental asylum he's trapped at. And they ask him, what if he sees Happy Gilmore on a golf course in a gold jacket and he loses it and he's not getting out of this institution?
Right. Somehow, if you had asked me prior, I never would have guessed this. I think Shooter is the funniest part of this movie.
Yes. I think I would probably agree with that. Just the idea that he's been institutionalized and he's nuts.
Yes.
And like his life, like you think about it, at the end of Happy's on the tour, he wins. Like Shooter McGavin is really still awesome. Like there's a chance he could have just been a great golfer for the last 30 years as well.
Right.
But no, that day
He went
ruined his
insane.
entire
Yes.
life, and he has been institutionalized ever since.
Yes.
I want to do this one more thing. So after, and then we'll go to the reads. But we then go to Happy. He is now he's avoiding jail time, but he has to go to a radical alcohol treatment. And the treatment center is run by Ben Stiller, Hal L., the guy who ran the grandma's retirement home in the first one. And this is what threw me. So there's a deleted scene in Happy Gilmore that, like, when it showed up on TV, like on TBS or whatever for the first time, it was advertised, like, see the uncut version of Happy Gilmore, where when he gets his mom his grandmom out of the home, he goes up to Ben Stiller and says, she told me everything you do around here, or something like that, and throws him out of like a second or third story window.
Oh.
And I suppose because it was a deleted scene, not in the theatrical version, it's not canon. So we never get any sort of payback for him. And that comes back at the end of the movie where he finally gets his. But it was... I like how we have people from the original in new roles now. Like, we'll do it later. The IRS agent is a lawyer, and Hal is no longer running a retirement home. It is an alcohol treatment center. I just found that great.
That's what I mean. This movie is just fan service. This movie exists
100%
for people like me and you to be like, oh, it's that guy. Like, that's the whole point of this movie. And then you laugh a little bit and you have a good time.
So then you know what? Let's do the commercial break and then we'll finish this up. All right, got to tell you about the all-new Ford Explorer at your local Ford store. Listen, Ford Explorer is America's all-time best-selling SUV. It's got a legacy of family trust and performance. You can get it in a variety of models these days. It offers 3-row seating for up to 7 passengers. It's great for families and road trips. I've taken many road trips. You got to have that third row. It is absolutely must. The Ford Explorer now comes, you can get it in a rear-wheel drive or intelligent 4-wheel drive for better traction and control. It's got a choice of 3 different powertrains, including a hybrid model offering up to 500 miles of driving range, and it's a great balance of power and economy. It's available with Sync 4 infotainment system with a large touchscreen and voice command, terrain management system, lets you drive modes like snow, sand, and tow or haul. You can get up to a whole bunch. I just lost it. Yeah, 500-mile driving range on the hybrid. The rear seat passengers are available in captain's chairs as well for extra comfort and accessibility. Standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto across all trims, so you can always have all your technology at your fingertips. And it's built for families, but ready for adventure. It's a true do-it-all SUV. For more information, visit your local Ford store. While we're here, why don't I tell you about Parx Casino? Because whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win with the BetParx online casino app. You got to check out new casino games like Huff and More Puff and Fireblaze Sky Queen, which is a BetParx exclusive. It's the only app I use to play all my favorite casino games right in the palm of my hand, from blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat, and hot online slots like Cash Eruption, 88 Fortunes, and Cleopatra, plus slots based on your favorite streaming shows like The Walking Dead and Peaky Blinders. And right now, you got to listen up, new users, because new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. All you got to do is go to betparx.com right now and download the app and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. Must be 21 or older and in PA, Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParx. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right, so now we are on the road to training for the Tour
Let's go.
Championship again. There's a lot of great stuff in here. They're throwing away all of Happy's secret drinking hiding places, which are all genius. And then we get something you absolutely need, the incredible training montage.
Yes.
Where he's doing things like getting rid of all of his alcohol. He is chasing like a remote control car that his sons are driving.
For some reason.
Like I guess he's got to get in shape. He's got to get in better shape to play golf.
Yeah.
But it'll takes us to the driving range, a scene with John Lovitz, and in that scene, I noticed for the first time Happy wearing the same orange and white Air Force Ones that I have, which I just loved. John Lovitz is hilarious always.
Always.
And we get him. Yeah, every single time you see him on your screen, you're gonna laugh. And he's great in this. And then we go to the Tour Championship dinner. And I love that Tiger Woods exists in this universe, Kelly. Because Tiger Woods played first professionally in '96, and that's when the original Happy Gilmore comes out. So it's kind of this synergy where those two were on tour together, and in this universe, Happy was just as good or better than Tiger Woods.
Yeah, well, like all the dudes in this scene are real golfers, right? Like every single one of these guys is like a famous actual golfer. Like I don't know a ton about, like I recognize like Rory McIlroy like right away. Like I know who that dude is, but like all the other dudes are professional golfers too, right? Yeah.
They are, yes. It's all pro golfers, retired and current in the movie. It's very funny, except for Haley Joe Osment. He's not a pro golfer, I'm pretty sure. But there was a lot of... What?
I said unclear.
Yes.
Yeah, no,
who's to say? But it's Sandler's... this is where I started to realize there's not a ton of Sandler's crew in this movie. Peter Dante is out. He hasn't been in a Sandler movie since like Grown Ups 2.
Okay.
He's not part of Happy Madison anymore. Apparently, he got arrested at a hotel. I'm pretty sure drunk. He called a staffer a slur for not recognizing him and got thrown out. Oh. And he hasn't been in a Sandler movie since. The cross-eyed guy, Jonathan Luran, I think, he's a guard at the mental hospital, so he's still around. And they eventually explain why the original homeless caddy, Alan Covert, isn't there. But it kind of bummed me out that he's not in it. But his wife and kids have kind of replaced the old crew, it feels like.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And I guess it makes sense. Though I do imagine, like, if you made a movie, I feel like Frankie and Ava would have, like, equal parts
probably
in the movie. Like, you'd still have the homies in.
Yes, I would.
You could probably put everybody in there if you really wanted to.
There's so many cameos and things in this movie. I was like, you couldn't find a scene for Alan Covert, the star of classic Grandma's Boy. But it's more about all the fan service and everything. So whatever. I did love Will Zalatoris is in this universe the original caddy from the Waterbury Open, the blonde kid that he chokes. And it's now real golfer Will Zalatoris. Apparently, this isn't... I guess I just don't know golf Twitter all that well. But it's been a running joke that this guy looks like that guy.
Wait, hold on. Back up. That's not the guy?
That's not the guy.
He doesn't just like him.
The original actor, Jared Van Snellenberg, was recast. He left Hollywood in like 2002 to pursue a career in academic psychology.
Love that for him.
But apparently on golf social media, everyone on the internet, it's been a running joke for years that Zalatoris looks like this guy.
He does.
So they cast him in the role kind of to play on that.
That's incredible.
It worked. Like it did work. We get an updated Happy place while he's playing, which is really great.
Yes.
The fact that Rob Schneider makes one appearance and it's subbing for the little person cowboy on the tricycle. I always laugh at Rob Schneider's roles in Adam Sandler movies because it's always, I just picture the phone call being like, yeah, you could be in it, but you got to do this. Like, that's what I always assume the conversation is.
You're probably right. I was actually surprised to see him. Like, I'm sure that they're friends. But Rob Schneider, over the last, I don't know, decade or so, has gotten
a little weird.
He's an interesting person now, one could say.
He's a little weird.
Yeah, he says some stuff.
He
so
does.
like I was a little surprised to see him in there, but you know, your friends are your friends, I guess.
He gets his friends paid.
He does.
It's around this point in the movie I realized all Happy's sons are named after hockey players. Gordy, Bobby, Wayne, and Terry. And I'm guessing Terry is Boston's Terry O'Reilly. He is supposed to be a huge Bruins fan, so it makes sense.
Yes.
Happy doing real well at the Tour Championship. And then the Sunday, he's in the lead. It's Mother's Day. I guess he didn't realize it's Mother's Day and the anniversary of killing his wife. It doesn't occur to him until it's upon him. And he ends up hating it, getting drunk, and everything falls apart.
Yep.
He gets kicked off the tour. It's a whole thing. This leads to my favorite scene, the graveyard fight, Kelly.
Oh, so good.
The graveyard fight is so much freaking fun.
It's so funny.
Everybody Happy has ever met and is now dead is buried in that graveyard.
In the same place. Yes.
It's like a tribute to every person who couldn't actually be in the movie.
Yes, and it's absurd, which is, again, kind of the point. But this fight is perfect. It could not have been done any better. It's so funny. At the end, when they both just like sit down and lean up against the gravestone, it's like, yeah, like you're a couple of old dudes. This is hilarious.
Yes. No, that's the updated Happy place with him. Like, I guess I got to come up with something age appropriate.
He's pooping.
And he's on the toilet, like watching a funny video. His pants are medium.
Yeah.
Like, his cholesterol is low. Like, all that was really good. And the graveyard fight where they're both just dead. Like, and now they're friends. Like, Shooter has been locked up for 29 years because he stole Happy's jacket and lost his mind. Mm-hmm. And after a 3-minute brawl in a graveyard with every person Happy's ever known buried there, they're now pals and on the same side, which is great. I am glad that he was able to come back, do the movie, and not only be part of it, but be on Happy's team this time.
I thought that's how it worked with dudes. You guys just like fight each other and then you're friends again. Yeah.
That's hockey. I mean, that's absolutely hockey. And that brings us back to Happy's house. And now Shooter's on the run. He's an escaped convict and or escaped mental patient.
Yeah, because the guy lets him out because the rich guy pulls some strings to get him out.
The Maxi League guy is gonna bring in Shooter McGavin, and Shooter wants nothing to do with it, runs away, and that's how he meets Happy at the graveyard.
Yeah.
All that. Now he's an escaped mental patient at Happy's house, and he has to dress like Happy, which is awesome. He's in the AC/DC shirt, the boots and everything. Loved it.
Yes. Yeah, he looked very funny. I do find it interesting, like, this is probably me thinking a little bit too deeply about the character development in this movie, but, like, it is interesting that, like, Shooter, despite hating Happy and being locked up in a mental institution, is like, no, I respect golf too much. I'm not playing your stupid goofball league. Yeah.
Well, like, that was, like, I guess the whole idea of Shooter in the first one is, like, this guy doesn't respect golf. You know, he's trying to get Happy kicked off the tour and everything. And it's I guess it's the turn for Happy that he's like, oh, you know what? Chubbs and my wife loved original golf. So I guess I gotta stick up for traditional golf.
Right.
We have the training now. They're gonna take on, after the tour championship, the top 5 guys from that are gonna take on Maxi Golf in like a, we'll see who the better golfers are. It's a whole thing. We learned that it really is all in the hips. The Maxi golfers are so good because they have something trimmed in their midsection kind of that allows them crazy torque on. Everyone can like drive further than Happy Gilmore. There's training for the Maxi Golf, which is fun. Bad Bunny is so funny in this movie.
He's hilarious.
He's like, really good.
I don't know anything about Bad Bunny, but I know he's like a rapper, right? So like
he does something, yeah.
And I don't really know anything about him, but that said, he was hilarious and actually quite a good actor.
Yes.
Like, good for him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was really freaking funny, and now like Happy's back home. He's getting ready to go to this 5-on-5 tournament basically to save golf. They're all getting ready to go with the family. And one of the kids just goes, so this isn't about Vienna going to dance school. It's about saving golf. And I love how they just pointed out, like, plot kind of switched midway here. You know?
Yeah. That's what I think.
We're going to make the money.
This movie is very aware
Yes.
of what it is doing. Like, there's no mistake being made here. Like, they knew what they were doing. They did it on purpose. You don't have to, like, critique it, because that's what they were going for. Yeah.
Then Happy's car won't start. He and the 4 boys just start beating on the car. I guess that'll fix it. And
That's
Steve
how I fix
Buscemi
stuff.
joins them, and then they don't like that. Only they could beat on the car. And to get away, he starts doing the dance moves and then takes off. Steve Buscemi, always good.
He's amazing.
When they introduce now in the next scene, they're at this crazy tournament for Maxi Golf. Becky Lynch is one of the golfers, another wrestler from a different company, which I love that there was crossover here. She's the female golfer.
Okay.
The one dude has a chainsaw, purple
Why not?
chainsaw. Is he going to kill somebody? I don't know.
Who can
Guy
say?
Fieri's there. Like,
Of
there's
course.
just so much going on. I love whatever the hell Maxi Golf is. I kind of wish they'd won.
So we skipped over the throwaway line that made me laugh hysterically for like 20 minutes. During the training, when Shooter's helping them train for like the weird golf stuff, like he's helping Happy and the other 4 guys train for like whatever weird stuff they're going to come across in this tournament. Someone like asks him a question and he just goes like, "You don't know what these commies are going to do." And it made me laugh hard.
They start training for moving targets. He's like, "What? The holes are going to be moving?" He goes, "Anything's on the table with these commies."
Yeah. It laughed so hard.
Like, yes,
it's so stupid.
A guy who's been locked up in 96 since 96, like, commie might still be an insult. Like, it's only.
I always find the most random stuff hilarious. But that one really got me.
That one really did make me laugh. Now we have all these crazy rules. There's a bunch of crazy golf going on, and the one thing that I'll take exception to, they point out that like Happy Gilmore's craziness kind of inspired this idea of Maxi Golf. The idea that in a Happy Gilmore inspired league, you'd get disqualified automatically for fighting is kind of insane.
It doesn't make any sense.
Like,
also, what I find, okay, so like, again, this is me thinking too deeply. What annoyed me about this tournament is that if it's supposed to be a tournament where you're determining which group of golfers are the best golfers, whatever, like, shouldn't there have been like some normal golf incorporated, like, to make
one hole of traditional golf or something?
Yeah, like there was nothing. It was all wackiness, which means that like automatically the people from the crazy league have an advantage because this is what they do. That just kind of got on my nerves.
The one
Very
thing
silly.
I said is, who wouldn't watch this golf league? Also, it seemed awesome. So the dude Donald, who yelled jackass during the Bob Barker scene in the original, and eventually hit Happy with a car at the Tour Championship in '96, he has passed away. His son is there, played by Eminem.
Why not?
We get another flashback to sell the reference, because you couldn't possibly pick up on this without the flashback. But Happy's sons are there this time. They throw him in a like
a bog.
Yeah, like in a bog or whatever the water traps are.
Yeah.
Sand trap, water trap, I don't know. And he gets attacked by 4 alligators, and it's one of the funnier scenes in the movie.
It was another one of those things where I was like, "Oh, we're doing this. We're just gonna kill a guy with alligators. Why not?"
But they have another of the regular golfers gets injured, and that's where we get a great line. Shooter is now going to fill in. Shooter is going to be an injury substitution, and he's like, "I haven't played in 30 years. I'm not a golfer anymore." And Happy's trying to build him up. He goes, "You're the greatest golfer of the 90s, except for me and Tiger." And in terms of money and recognition, Happy Gilmore might really be the number 2 golfer of the 90s, right? Like, think of the money since '96 Adam Sandler has made, and Happy Gilmore,
that's actually a really good point.
Happy Gilmore is on everyone's top 10 favorite sports movie list. Like, I can't name another golfer from the 90s other than Tiger Woods. Like, what, Phil Mickelson, I guess?
Phil, that guy.
Yeah. Like, Happy
John
really...
Daly?
No. Happy really might be number 2, even though this is a fictional world. All right, we only have a little bit of time left, so we got to trigger overtime. head to allphly.com to finish watching the show. That one, that really made me laugh. Scotty Scheffler getting arrested, another solid reference because he got arrested in real life, and it was kind of a big stupid joke. Happy wins. It's a whole thing.
Naturally.
It's great. Regular golf triumphs. This is a sports movie. And the real climax is he then gets his 3-month sober chip. And we finally get Ben Stiller, Hal, gets what's coming to him after 30 years, abusing all the people in the old folks' home, and now having this insane alcoholics program where he just makes everybody pay his house and wash his
labor.
car.
Yeah.
It's just like a labor camp, basically. And Adam Sandler's other daughter is in this film, and she is an undercover agent at the Alcoholics Anonymous Center, and they bust Hal. He steals the chip, much the way Shooter stole the jacket at the end of the first one, and the entire cast of Alkies chases him down and beats him up. Yeah. And he finally gets what's coming to him, and it's just the daughter and Adam Sandler sitting there at the end, and she just says, "You're a very cool guy. You remind me of my dad." And they just exchange a look. I'm like, these two look exactly the same.
It's very cute. There was another random thing. I don't know why I pick out these stupid things. Haley Joel Osment.
Yes.
Who at this point I think is like in his mid-40s. Like he's got to be, right?
Has to be.
At one point he calls Happy Gilmore, who is 58, grandpa. And that really bothered me. I'm like, you're old now, friggin' I See Dead People kid. Like you're not young. What do you want about?
He is 37. Wow, I would have guessed 37? Much older.
I would have guessed in his 40s. Yeah.
Oh wow, so he's like, he's a few months older than me.
Okay. Yeah. I thought for sure he was older.
I don't like that.
I stand corrected.
I would have. So he's like, the Entourage movie came out like 15 years ago at this point, and he's like, what? Oh wow, that's crazy. He was like younger. Yeah. Okay, so we're the same age. So that makes sense.
All right.
All right. Yeah. So you're a very cool guy. You remind me of my dad. They have the money to send the daughter to dance school now, and the four brothers are going with her. And they're going to be singing mimes. It's so good. He's going to go visit them for the French Open. He actually won when he won the tournament, the electric Rolls Royce that belonged to the Frank Manatee.
Yeah.
And he forgot to charge it. And the movie ends with him just walking away, just with his golf bag, which is very funny.
There's a post-credit scene. Did you catch it?
There is a post-credit scene, but I do not remember what it was.
It was just like a sports center type.
Oh yeah, thing. It's the sports center. Frank Manatee, his Maxi energy drink causes like the irreversible bad breath that guy had. Yeah. So we get a payoff to that. Thank God, Kelly.
This made me think of. I was wondering. So like, if you drive an electric car and you forget to charge it, like, what do you do? Because like, normally you would just like try to walk to a gas station or something and like get a tank and fill it up and go get more gas, or like you call AAA or whatever. What do you do if your like stupid Tesla runs out of electricity?
I have no idea, but I have to believe there's like a backup battery that'll at least give you like 10 miles to like a super like a jump start, but like just a little, because like that exists for regular cars. I gotta believe that would exist for like some sort of at least an extra 10 mile sort of situation. I have no idea. Maybe someone in the comments understands electric cars.
Mellerman, one of the homies in the chat, he says that you just got to call a tow truck. Like that's it for you.
Do you just get it towed?
I guess so.
Yeah, that's a bummer. All right, so I want to do what we normally do on Tuesday Reviews Day. I absolutely love this movie, Kelly. Listen,
I liked it.
It is not a freaking masterpiece.
It's not cinema.
For a 29-year later sequel to a Adam Sandler movie, 10 out of 10.
100%. Like I said, I went into this thinking it was going to be abjectly terrible.
I thought there would be a few good jokes, and I'd be like, all right, Adam, like make Hubie Halloween 2 already. You know, which is excellent.
I thought this was genuinely enjoyable as someone who enjoyed the original movie.
Yes.
And I think that it did exactly what it set out to do, which was make us think about the old movie and laugh about it.
Yeah.
And the movie very clearly knew that was the goal it wasn't trying to be a good movie. It wasn't trying to be something super original. It wasn't trying to be groundbreaking. It was trying to be a goofy movie that made you think of the old one, and you had a good time for about 2 hours. And that's what it was.
If you don't want that and you turned on Happy Gilmore 2, you purposely made yourself upset.
Yeah.
Like, you
I don't know what you thought you were going to see.
You watched it to make fun of it, which, like, why? Why not just watch something else? Anyway, let's do our little favorite character and all that.
Okay.
So my favorite character, other than Happy, obviously, I got to go with John Daly. He wasn't in a ton of scenes, but every scene he was in, he was kind of funny.
Hilarious. And mine is Steve Buscemi for the same reason.
Yeah, that is a good one.
Not a ton in there, but steals as he usually does. Like, I think about him in Billy Madison. Like, he's the funniest part of that movie.
Blue Days, Black Nights,
crossing out. Like, that's the fun. Like, he's amazing. Everything he does is amazing.
I love that he's part of, like, the Sandler crew. And, like, also was in Reservoir Dogs.
Right. Like, also is, like, an extremely celebrated actor.
A celebrated, like, high-end. Yeah. He's been in everything. And it's like, yeah, man, he's Crazy Eyes in Mr. Deeds. I love that so much.
It's so good.
All right, so I went John Daly. You went with Buscemi. Oh, man, that's a really good one. All right, favorite joke. Mine is Jack Nicklaus ordering an Arnold Palmer from waiter Travis Kelce. Jack Nicklaus says, "Mind bringing me a half iced tea, half lemonade?" Travis Kelce, the waiter. Arnold Palmer? Jack Nicklaus. No, it's Jack Nicklaus, but I get that a lot.
That was very funny. Also, I didn't get to complain about Travis Kelce being.
Oh yeah, that
I cannot escape a Kelce brother. Everywhere I turn, I must perceive them.
The Kelces are everywhere. God. It is kind of like, I will always love Jason. Like, because I think only in Philadelphia can the center become a celebrity. Yeah, man, like, Peyton Manning is Peyton Manning. He's one of the great quarterbacks of all time. It makes sense that he's in freaking everything for, like, the first 9 years after he retires, basically. Jason Kelce being a center and becoming a celebrity. Now, yes, his brother and the Super Bowls and Taylor Swift all plays in. But Jason was on his way to this. It's just now that has vaulted it to a whole different level. But they are freaking everywhere. But he was involved in my favorite joke.
Oversaturation.
A little bit of oversaturation.
Yeah. My favorite joke is the commie joke, which I don't even know if it was supposed to be a joke, but I laughed. I literally was in my office at work watching this movie, laughing out loud for 10 minutes at that throwaway line. It made me laugh a lot.
All right. Favorite scene? Mine is the graveyard fight.
Okay. I would say that mine is... I actually really like the scene with Chubbs' son. I thought it was funny.
I thought he served almost no purpose, but apparently Carl Weathers died, like, well after they had this script written, and he was going to be a big part of the movie.
Oh, really?
And they had to, like, redo a lot. Yeah. I will say, Chubbs not being chubby and his son now slim being a big guy, that's a good joke.
That's very funny. Yes. Yeah.
All right. And favorite cameo, mine is former Sixer Boban as Mr. Larson's son. I mean, they do look oddly similar. And he's also like a freaking giant, like an actual giant. So I that just worked for me. The casting and how funny he is. He streaks as a way to distract the police from arresting Adam Sandler when he's drunk at the Tour Championship. And that ends up being why he doesn't have an arrest warrant. Because even though he's on probation, he was never given a alcohol test. I just thought that casting was really good.
I feel like I may have missed like a solid 50% of the cameos in this movie.
The whole movie is absolutely.
But I feel like for me, the Eminem one came so far out of nowhere that one I kind of really enjoyed, just because, like, oddly enough, Eminem's kind of a good actor. Like, he kind of really sells it, and it's the absolute absurdity of the 5 minutes that he's in the movie. I liked it.
All right, yeah. So that is our Tuesday Reviewsday review of Happy Gilmore too. I hope you enjoyed it. I got to tell you, before we wrap up today's show and get to the super chats, I forgot to mention it at the top. We have a schedule update. I started telling you about this yesterday, but the regular season schedule begins Tuesday, September 2nd. Monday is Labor Day. We're off. It is, I believe, Tuesday, September. Am I right about this? I think I am.
What is time? Let me check the
calendar. Let me just make sure. Yeah, September 2nd is a Tuesday. Labor Day Monday, we're off. But we've moved the show to 4 p.m. That's non-game days. Game days, you know the deal, pregame, postgame. But once the season starts, that's how it's going to go. But the everyday show starting the day after Labor Day is going to 4 p.m. We might have some other fun stuff to tell you about. All right, let's try to get through these super chats because the show is already going long. All right, the first one from JH. Crappy Gilmore. There, I said it. JH. You just don't have enough joy in your life, Jay.
Come on, bud.
You just don't have enough joy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see the next one from another from JH. I'm ready for Connor 316. Who else?
Another contract. It's not done. Just like
316 days until he becomes a free agent. Sure. Let's continue to live in the delusion. I'm all for it. I think we have at least one more. Gary B. I felt Happy G was a fresh pile of poop personally. I just don't know what you were looking for.
I don't know what you wanted, Gary.
Like, it's just one big joke. The whole thing is absurd. The idea of the movie is absurd.
Yeah. I mean, when he kills his wife,
3 minutes
into the movie, like, you know what you're in for. You're in for an absurd, ridiculous movie that is just about throwing you back to the original.
Like, if you thought it was going to be anything else, you really tricked yourself. Like, that's just denial. All right. We have another one. It's not a delusion if it's true, Bill, from JH.
It's not true.
It's not true yet. He has not signed a contract. I just have trouble believing any high-profile free agent will ever actually hit free agency. Like, Mitch Marner was going to be the highest-profile free agent ever, and they do a sign and trade. Like, he didn't actually hit the market.
Threw a fit about it. Like, they kind of like forced that trade to happen because they were like, no, you said you were going to trade for him.
Something
happened with the Leafs being Leafsy. We got another one.
I just refuse to believe that anybody is ever going to be a free agent.
You never know.
All right, from Mellerman. Well, moron, good for Happy Gilmore. Oh my God, the original Mr. Larson, who I love his arc as well. He got in the original gets the nail out of his head.
Yes,
and Boban tells Happy he actually passed away. He missed having the nail in his head, put it back in there, but then rolled over in bed, and that's how he died.
That's funny.
Like, that's great.
It's ridiculous.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb. Like, it's Adam Sandler.
I was going to say,
2025.
Do you think Adam Sandler wrote that line and was like, yeah, this is really good. This is like quality
This is going to touch people emotionally.
No, he thought this is the stupidest thing I could possibly think of. He rolled over in his sleep and died. That's funny.
Because he put the nail back in his head.
Yeah, right. Like, it's just ridiculous.
All right. Do we have any more of these? I think so. That is it. So that is all the time we have for you on PHLY Flyers today. Thank you all for listening. Thank you for hanging out. If you haven't already, you got to hit that subscribe button. Follow us right here on YouTube and hit that notification. Listen, you might not remember that the show's moving to 4 in a few weeks, but never fear. If you hit the notifications bell, your computer or device or whatever will just tell you when we're going live. Make sure you follow us on all the socials. We're at PHLY_Flyers on Twitter. And follow the podcast wherever you get those. Just search PHLY Flyers. That's it from the Xfinity Mobile Studio. My name is Bill Matz. That's Kelly Hinkle. There we go. That's Kelly Hinkle. Till tomorrow, be excellent to each other. We all silly like